Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and this time we're going to be looking at my March Amiami haul. So I know I keep saying that I'm going to catch up on these haul videos, and it might not seem like we're getting there with me covering the March haul towards the end of May, but the plan is to do a video on the April haul around the start of June, so that's when my May order gets here, you know, kind of like early June as well. I want to have a backlog of hauls waiting, so I can actually do a video on that shortly after I actually get it. I've also got some Big Red Toy Store hauls lined up, but since I really want to catch up on the Amiami stuff, I'm going to push those back a little bit. Anyway, starting off with the pickups from Bandai SH Figuarts, we've got the re-release of their Revenge of the Sith Mace Windu, the legend himself. I mentioned this before, but I'm really happy that they're re-releasing a bunch of these figures since they all originally came and went before I really had the means to collect them. And now those original versions are pretty pricey, I think. I just put in my pre-order for Anakin, who I think is the last one they revealed to be re-released, and they skipped over Attack of the Clones, so hopefully they do those, I don't know. I also got to pick up the Phantom Menace ones before those sell out everywhere, assuming they haven't already. But yeah, Mace Windu, fan favorite character. I like him too, of course. Happy to have the figure. Next up, we've got our new Yuji from the Calling Games arc. And this guy and Toji are the figures that finally made me want to hop in on this line. I'm surprised we even got a figure of this outfit for Yuji, since he doesn't actually wear it for very long. But I think it's a pretty sweet look, and the figure also seems very solid. I already said this when I got Toji, but I'm really hoping to see some more Calling Games sorcerers in figure form. I don't know, I feel like we have to at least get a four-armed Sukuna at some point, right? Then we've got Leorio from Hunter x Hunter, and even though this line is just kind of starting out, I feel like it's already looking very strong. Gon and Killua are great, Leorio looks awesome too, and then we've got Kurapika and Hisoka coming later down the pipeline. Leorio is probably my favorite of the main four. I think they really nailed his look with this figure. Good selection of faces, and the effect part is also really neat. Now we just need a Jing to get punched in the face. But yeah, I was pretty excited for this guy, although Hisoka is the one I'm most looking forward to so far. And then for our last Bandai pickup, we've got the new Jotaro. And again, I don't really get why these boxes had to be so tall. Like, the figure ends here, you know, and then there's all this space. But, you know, whatever. Jotaro seems like he's the best of the bunch so far. He has a nice silhouette, I think, and some great face parts as well. I'm not sure how I feel about the weird kind of soft goods, rubbery Gakudan thing, but I guess we'll see how it ends up. It seems like they're going with the same design for Josuke, so, you know, let's hope it's a good thing. And now that we have Jotaro, it really begs the question of if and when we'll start getting some stands. Which then also, you know, makes me wonder how far they intend to go with the line, since all they've revealed so far are the main JoJos, from Jonathan to Jolene. But yeah, line starting off pretty good, with some room for improvement, and a lot of room to expand into other characters and stands, obviously. Moving over to Reveltech, we've got the Yu-Gi-Oh! Black Luster Soldier. So yeah, another addition to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster lineup. I actually sold all of my Duelist figures from this line, since I didn't think they were that great, to be honest. Although the new Joey or Junaichi that just went up for pre-order is kind of tempting. I'll probably pass on it and just stick with the monsters for now, but we'll see. Although I do actually want to pick up the figures that Reveltech did for the Dark Side of Dimensions movie, since I really love those designs. Although I think back then those were technically Vulcanlog, but you know, whatever, same company. I do have all of the Figuarts Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff, which is the line that I'd like to see continue beyond just Yugi, Kaiba, and some of the main monsters. And eventually, it would be really awesome to have a whole Yu-Gi-Oh! Shelf, but, you know, don't really have the space for that right now, sadly. Next up, we've got something I've been waiting a while for, which is the Street Fighter 6 Ryu. So yeah, at long last, he's been freed from pre-order limbo. Like I said when I got Judy, these Street Fighter figures all went up for pre-order, and then the release dates got changed to TBD for some reason. But it was only the Street Fighter figures, so maybe it was something on Capcom's end, I'm not sure. But anyway, we have Chun-Li, Judy, and now Ryu. Interesting that he's the third release, despite being basically the main character, or the poster boy for Street Fighter. I do have the Storm version of this guy, which is great in its own way, but with Amazing Yamaguchi being my favorite figure line, you already knew that I was going to get this one too. Plus, regular Storm stuff is out of scale for 1/12. I think they've officially started branding them as 1/10, but back in the day they didn't. But yeah, super excited to get this guy open and posed with some of the other Street Fighter figures. And then we also got Luke from Street Fighter 6 in the same month, which is pretty cool. I didn't love his Street Fighter 5 design, so I think this one is a major improvement. It's been interesting to see Revoltech dip their toes into soft goods in recent years, especially for like things that aren't just capes. So like Luke's vest here. Janos also had a vest, and then the Ryu that we just looked at is like sash thingy. I think they look pretty good. Their capes are also really nice, but I feel like a lot of times they're like too big, too much fabric, which can look really cool when posed right, but they also take up a lot of space on the shelf and can be kind of cumbersome if you want some more neutral or standard poses. Anyway, getting back to Luke here, I really love the effects that he comes with. I think they look great. And like Chun and Judy, these two actually come with faces for each other, so Luke has an extra Ryu head, and then, vice versa. I absolutely need this line to continue, at least until we can get Jamie and Marissa. Same thing for Storm. Anybody that can give me figures for those new characters. Moving over to Mafex, we've got the X-Men Jubilee figure. I was originally pretty excited for this one, but I don't know, I think I am kind of not feeling Mafex as much anymore. They have put out some great figures, don't get me wrong, but some of their newer figures have been just kind of like okay, but they still cost the same as the ones that actually are really good and worth the money. I don't think this is a bad figure, or at least doesn't look like it, but I'm kind of starting to pull back on collecting a lot of Mafex figures. That being said though, I did get 2 more in this haul, so let's take a look at those. So we've got the new Mafex Darth Vader, which is technically from the Obi-Wan show, but it's also just, a very solid looking Vader you can use for any Star Wars display. Speaking of the Obi-Wan show, I kind of thought it was a huge disappointment and really not very good at all. It was nice to see Ewan and Hayden reprise their roles, and that flashback scene with them was cute. But as a whole, the show felt kind of bloated and uneventful at best. No hate to anyone that actually liked the show, but just wasn't for me, I guess. Anyway, I got this one, not because I care for the show, but just because, like I said, it works as a regular, good old Vader. Same reason why I got the Luke figure that came out last year, which is technically from The Mandalorian, but, in essence, it's basically just Return of the Jedi Luke. I will say, though, the cracked mask accessory is really cool, so that is 1 point for the show. They did give us that. I'm not sure how different this one is from their previous Vader, other than the unique accessories, but seems like an overall upgrade from what I can tell, so pretty excited. And then for our last Mafex figure, I gotta be honest, I have no idea why I bought this. I haven't seen the movie, I have no real interest in watching it, but for whatever reason, I still really wanted this. I guess it's just kind of a funny figure to have, and the throne is a cool accessory, I will say, that you can probably use for other stuff. It is like really heavy though, I think it's like completely solid. But yeah, I don't know, I guess I just thought it seemed like a fun figure, and it does actually look pretty good for what it's worth. Despite, if you compare him sitting in the throne there to how he's packaged here, looking a little awkward. But this is the type of stuff that I'm trying to stop myself from buying as much of, even if it is pretty funny to have a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson Black Adam figure. And then ending things off with a couple miscellaneous figures. We've got the latest Polyneon release, this being Iana, or Wanda, I guess. If you've been watching for a while, then you'll know I'm a pretty big Polyneon fan. It's one of my favorite original IP toy lines, so I always want to pick up new releases and re-releases that I missed out on. This one seems like a lot of fun with the whole cop aesthetic and different like guns and stuff. It's also neat that they give you multiple options for skin tones, so you get like the standard Polyneon whites, then you get like black, and then you get sort of a regular flesh tone. That being said, I usually do just prefer the white one because that's the look that I associate with the line, because they are robots. So that being said, I did also pick up this hand parts option set, which is the flesh tone color. So never hurts to have options, even if it's not my preferred look. Next up, we've got the ArchCore Arc 51 Commander Harold Lodbrok. And normally I get all my ArchCore stuff from Big Bad Toy Store, but Amiami has actually started listing some of their figures too. And this guy has a pretty sweet design with this big two-sided axe here. And then with this guy, we also have Arc 50, the Titan Arm Sledge, which is basically just like a giant pair of robot arms. You can also transform into like a little vehicle and a throne and stuff, or if you get the pair of robot legs that's coming out this month, supposedly, you can combine the two for a big mech, which that's what I'm looking forward to. But yeah, once again, ArchCore, super awesome line. I know Kid Me definitely would have loved it and wanted to collect all of them. So, and then last up, we have the newest figure in Keep Going's Sengoku G series, basically just reimagining Japanese warlords as anime girls. And this one is Takeda Shingen. And yeah, I'm happy that this line is still continuing. It's ridiculous and kind of silly, but I like seeing their interpretations of these iconic figures from Japanese history. They recently released promo pics for Date Masamune, so I hope that one goes up on pre-order for Amiami soon. I know it is up on Big Bad Toy Store, but usually you can get them cheaper from Amiami, so I'm kind of holding out a little bit. I did see on Big Bad Toy Store they're actually doing a special metallic version of the first figure, Sanada Yukimura, for Wonderfest USA, so I'll probably pick that one up as well. But yeah, I think so far this one or the previous Oda Nobunaga will be my favorites, although Date Masamune also looks really good too. Alright, so that was everything that I got from Amiami in March. A lot of really exciting things this month, and I do already have my April order waiting and ready to go for the next haul video. We're kind of finally reaching the point where my pre-order less mentality can bear fruit, since a lot of this stuff has been on pre-order for a long time and is just now releasing. So yeah, in the future we might have less figure hauls, or at least smaller hauls. I'm not sure, but we'll see. That being said, thanks as always for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya.